be invited as a speaker for this wonderful organization and to be standing here before you in this auditorium. So usually before I go into a speech, I like to tell a joke or two. So here goes. What vegetable lives in a cage? A zucchini. Okay, we can't just have one. So here's another quickly. Which dinosaur knew the most words? The thesaurus. It's a pleasure for me to be here today. I will share a bit about my journey. I was born in Bangalore. Do I have any fellow Bangaloreans here in this audience today? Oh, that's all. I was born in Bangalore with congenital bilateral aneuploidy, which basically means without eyes. My biological parents believed they didn't have the financial resources or knowledge to take care of me. So, I was placed in an orphanage when I was 10 days old. 10 months later, my parents adopted me, and we began the rest of this life journey together. At 2.5 years old, I started at the Center for the Visually Impaired, where I was introduced to Braille, which is my medium to read and write. It was at CDI that I got my first cane, which I have to use at all times to keep me safe and not bump into things or people. Organizations such as CDI, the National Federation of the Blind, and Sankara Nethralaya are doing so much for my visually impaired community and providing us with the tools to be independent and successful. It is because of you and your continued support that these amazing organizations can continue to fulfill our needs and exceed our expectations. I have personally benefited tremendously from the gift of giving. And for this, I will always be thankful. Today I am in 5th grade on the honor roll at my home school, in a typical classroom environment with my sighted peers. As Satya rightfully said, I cannot and do not let blindness define what I can do and who I am. Because who I am is a determined girl who at the end of the day has to work 50% harder than my sighted peers to excel both inside and outside the classroom. This serves as a driving force for me to keep moving, to work hard, and always do the best I can in everything I do. As a young girl in today's competitive world, you have to be confident yet humble, assertive yet mindful to remain kind and respectful. Work hard, but balance that with enjoying what you do, because you enjoy doing it, not because it is the expectation of everyone else. Be true to yourself the way God made you, and love your God and your neighbor as yourself. As most of you know, medical care and conditions in India can sometimes be grave, leaving blind people and their families feeling like there's no hope. But with your help, organizations such as Sankara Nethralaya are there, making impactful changes in the visually impaired community, bettering the lives of so many. So, in love for our neighbors, let's all come together to continue to make these changes happen. This thing called life is a beautiful thing. God presents us with this gift of life. So let's live and give in the best way we can. Our togetherness, our support, our regard and love for ourselves and for each other will fulfill our duty to cherish this beautiful thing called life. In closing, I wish to thank all of you for simply being here and believing in Sankara Nethralaya. Let's continue to build a bond of goodness, mutual respect, and support for one another. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, like Anne Frank once said, no one has ever become poor by giving. So I stand here to respectfully urge you not to only donate generously to this wonderful organization, but to also give selflessly of your time. Thank you for listening, and most of all, thank you for listening and for being here to share in this joyous event. But most of all, for your support. Thank you.